Hello and welcome to the first video from my channel. I'm Mr. Apple Basher, and as the name implies, I am going to be doing a channel and future videos and basically just, on ridiculous things that Apple has said and done and ridiculous things that its fanboys have said and done. The name is just a tad bit misleading because not only will I be doing ridiculous, bashing Apple, but I will also be giving reasons why its competitors, mainly Google, and this is my Android, I'm in love with it. It is the best piece of hardware, best phone I've ever had. Named her Sarah. I love it. Google and Microsoft, I have a PC. It's Dell. Should have gotten an HP. Getting an HP soon. Whatever. I love HP, by the way. It's fantastic. I will be giving news, updates, and reasons why its competitors are better. And droid updates, droid news, droid, maybe even hints and tips, whatever. I've pimped out my droid, I gotta say. But basically, I'm just gonna give a brief explanation of how I came up with this idea. I was on droidnews.net, www.droidnews.net. Great website for droid and Android updates and how-tos, and it has a bunch of great things. I'd go and check it out if I were you. I'll post a link in the sidebar and annotation, right. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, right here. Sounds like a good place to put it. There. So I was on there, and there's a channel. There's a part of it called Apple Bananas, which is basically a entire section on ridiculous things that Apple has said and done. And he puts things on there, and he then comments on them, and they're things that Apple people have said. And it's good, but it's not complete because I just feel like a video would be better. Whatever. I'm completely whatever. So basically, yeah. I hate Apple. I don't as much hate. What I really hate the enclosed constricting system that Apple has. I'm just going to give you a good example of this. We all know about the stories about people who jailbreak their iPhone, and why? Because they feel too close in and they want to update, customize it more. Now Apple is hunting down and stopping people who jailbroken, I guess is the past term, their iPhone. And so if you jailbroken your iPhone, I would suggest that you somehow run or hide it. Your problem, not mine. I don't like the iPhone. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about why my Droid is better and why Android's better, but whatever. So, here we go. This is the first ridiculous thing from me. This is the introduction. Recently, one of Apple's employees has broken out of the Apple system and has talked to the press and told them about two comments actually, that Steve Jobs made during a huge meeting with a bunch of Apple employees about Google and Adobe. I'm not going to deny this. I'm not going to say that Steve Jobs wasn't a dick before this, because Steve Jobs, has always been a dick. Honestly, that's one of the main reasons why I don't like Apple. He's just kind of a total, honestly, Steve Jobs, you're a douchebag. I think you know that, but whatever. And he said that he called Google's new mantra, "Don't be evil," which is a commentary on Apple's system about how it's so closed in and it's so constricting. Don't be evil. He called it bullshit. He gave no reasons. He called it bullshit. This is why I love Google. I gotta say this. This is why I love Google. In response, Google's CEO was having a press conference, and one of the reporters asked him, "What do you think of the iPad?" What do me personally think of the iPad? I'll talk about that later. I think it's stupid. I think it's ridiculous. Whatever. He said, "You're gonna have to explain to me the difference between a giant phone and a computer." I thought that was great because, it's just like, how could you say that without being a dick too? And it's just, Google, good job. The CEO is also pretty cool, Google. And he called then Steve Jobs called Adobe lazy. Okay, it'd be wrong for me to say that, yeah, Adobe is partially lazy, but only because they are reluctant. They are not updating their Flash that much. But this is because they are working very hard on the mobile version of Flash, which my droid's going to be getting, and I'm so excited for that. It's going to be awesome. And also because of the recent Adobe Creative Suite 2010, which is currently in beta, private closed beta right now, which they're working very hard on, and it's always a big project. So I'm not going to blame them. But the reason Steve Jobs, so as you all know, and as you might not know, the iPad and the iPhone are never going to get Flash. And there's one reason, and it starts with Steve Jobs. He is reluctant. Adobe was actually ready to release Flash onto the iPhone about a year ago. So, you know, Steve Jobs basically doesn't want it because he thinks that he has two reasons, and both of his reasons are utterly ridiculous. The first reason is that he claims that the iPad's battery with Flash will be reduced from it's like 10 hours supposedly to 1.5 hours. First of all, my thing is that he's never had Flash on an iPad. How the fuck does he know this? Excuse my French, but it's ridiculous. And first of all, it's not true because Flash has been tested on an X1 and his battery life has not been reduced by anything, not even flickered. You can look online, they've done recent tests on it, there's like a 17-minute video on it. I suggest checking it out if you don't believe me, which all you Apple lovers will probably not. But, and the second reason is because he thinks that it's Adobe Flash is buggy. It's buggy on a Mac. Actually, Flash is the main problem that Safari has. And there's been different claims about this. Adobe says it's because Mac is reluctant to release error reports so that they can fix it. I could believe that because the one thing that's been keeping Apple alive is that they do not have bugs. I'll explain, in my opinion, why they don't have bugs in another video. But so to release an error report would be going completely against their whole thing. One of the reasons why why they appeal so much to the norm. But the thing, and Apple claims it's because Adobe's lazy and that their problem is just buggy. Whatever. So I'm gonna go with Adobe mainly because I just don't like Apple. By the way, I am experienced with Apple. I used a Mac for many years. Hated it. And I've used iPhones so many times. I know everything about them. Of course, I'm not going to be like, people who don't research. I researched. I don't like it. I think it's boring. It's just not cool. Customization options are about these. But, yeah. So, basically, this is the start of my website. This is the start of the YouTube channel. Since I know that there's going to be a outrage of Apple lovers and fanboys and yada 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 after this video, I'm gonna make a deal with you Apple lovers. You can go ahead and post any argument or counter argument to anything that I have said and reasons why Apple is better than its competitors, mainly Google and Microsoft. And I will be happy, utterly happy, to destroy them in future videos. I'll probably choose the best arguments, or the worst arguments, or both. So leave them. I don't really care. So yeah, I hope you liked the first video. And this is the first of many. Mainly because Apple and fanboys do a lot of stupid things. So yeah, I'm Mr. Apple Basher, and this has been the video number 1. If you like it, and have a good night, day.